Good day, fellas. I hope you're ready for your daily dose of skill, and today we are going to be gaming with a Conqueror. Don't mind the mess in the background, empty shelves and everything. We are in the moving process. Slowly but surely we are getting there. Everything is going well. It's just very time consuming. What I want to highlight for every and each of you fellas, that next 5 days are going to be pretty interesting, and you can get a lot of stuff for yourself. You can farm our 2nd gen commander and skin. You can farm awesome epic guys, Tsigan, Daki, Dez, Mylan, Marty, Volemos, Acrobat, and so on. You can farm all of them. Every and each mother trucker would have their skin and their commander as a drop. As an example, awesome epic guys are looking like a bloody cucumbers or pickles, I suppose to say, and this is how their original commander is looking like. So if you want to farm the drops, I would highly recommend to invest in those 5 days and jump from channel to channel and make sure to farm all of them if you are into the different sounding commanders, right? That's very important thing to say. If you are wondering when we are going to be streaming, we will stream today quite a bit, right? We are going to stream Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we are already streaming from the new place, so that is absolutely glorious and absolutely amazing, and I'm very excited for that. Fingers crossed that me being a tech guru and not being able to turn on PC, I would make it work. Meanwhile, Super Conqueror, last time we have played with this tank back in 2023, and overall armor is okay whenever you are playing hold down, especially against the lower tiers. If you are meeting higher tier, well, then the situation is looking tiny touch worse, and then it is not so great. But it is how it is, not much what we can change about that. Also, just to highlight the new index feature, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, you can have couple of the loadouts. Overall, you can even copy the setup and send it to your mates if that's what you are looking for. And most importantly, you can select the equipment, you can select the crew skills or perks, you can select the field modifications, you can select camo, you can play around as much as you want to, and keep this in mind. This function is level 1 and whatnot, right? And trust me, you can get level 2 of the index very easily. Either use the mod and be active mod user, that means play 10 games and you will unlock it, or alternatively, just simply follow us for 6 months. Either it is on the YouTube or on the live streams. Right? Simple as this, it is very simple. That being said, let's have some fun with a Conqueror and let's try to make this mother trucker work. And I think it's kind of underrated tank in my opinion. That being said, we are playing in Tundra standard battle. Let's try to make this mother trucker work. And I think I'm going into the heavy line, instantly loading APCR. Speaking about the ammunition, 400 alpha damage, 259 millimeters of penetration with the standards. If you're loading gold, you have 326 millimeters of penetration with the same 400 alpha. And keep this in mind that this mother trucker has a very good high explosives, 120 millimeters of penetration. You can pretty much slap every and each mother trucker that is trying to get involved while not having too much armor. Very important thing to say. Now, we are going to be fighting here alone. Apparently, we have a massive lemming train in this side, but with all honesty, it doesn't look like enemies would have too many forces here either, and I would rather play here hold down instead of trying to fight over there, just because of the weak hold that we have, right? I think we are going to be okay. Now, what would be the worst case scenario for us? The worst case scenario would be if enemies would have a lemming train here, which I really doubt. I really don't think that they should have a lemming train for us. So I think we are okay. Now, there is very important thing to highlight. I honestly think that the amount of the Super Conquerors in the battle is kind of low nowadays. I truly mean it. And why is it low? Maybe people are thinking that it is outdated tank, or maybe there is more tasty and more sweet toys to play with. But I definitely can promise you that I noticed a lower amount of the super Conquerors and Conquerors in the game. Sure, they received a nerf some time ago, but I don't really think that nerf changed absolutely anything about the tank, and I think if anything the tank is still same power level. Now, whenever you are playing with a tier 9s, we need to keep in mind that matchmaking is pretty awful. But you know, you can say the same thing about the tier 9, you can say the same thing about the tier 8. Matchmaking in the world of tanks is absolutely broken and absolutely disgusting, at least in my humble opinion. Now, the main reason being is because you are being bottom tier more than 50% of the times. All of this data is accessible for you in the index page. If you are data nerd, if you will, you can see absolutely everything. You can see your matchmaking, you can see overall general matchmaking and whatnot. You can see absolutely everything. Okay, what am I thinking about? I am thinking about slapping the living crap out of this CC1 MK2. I think that we should be able to beat the living crap out of him, and I don't really think that it is that much of the issue. Even though he would be able to slap us, and he will be able to slap us, I don't really mind that much, with all honesty. Very, very nice. This is exactly what we are looking for. We are making sure to aim the shot properly. Now he's aiming for our lower plate. That is completely fine. He's aiming to our cupola. The longer he will aim, the better it's going to be for us. Now he made a decision to go super aggressive, which is not the best idea, at least in my opinion. And we are sending him straight into the garage. We have done everything properly in this game. I don't really think that we have done absolutely anything wrong for the time being. And once again, good play by the good tank. Now we are loading high explosives instantly because we want to slap this E4 in the butt for obvious reasons. Because we can hit him for 515 instead of hitting him for 400. Or we can hit him for 93 and regret our life choices for being greedy little bastards and saying, why would I shoot the high explosives? But you know what? Sometimes I feel risky. Sometimes I feel like, yeah, let's have some fun and let's try to punish the enemy forces this way, you know? Sometimes I want to play with a fire, if you will. Now, I would love to cross like this without taking one for the team. Unfortunately, it is not the case, but it doesn't really change absolutely anything. Yeah, we bled out a bit, but whatever. Doesn't really matter. And now we will try to start slapping this E4 in the face. For obvious reasons, I think we can do the things very, very, very well. We can do the things very well. No. 140. He's down to 2 shottable. That's okay. We should be able to eliminate him from the game without bigger problems whatsoever. That is okay. And... no! I misaimed! I misaimed! I misaimed! Ah, that is on me. That is on me. Yeah, I made a mistake. I just misaimed that shot. That was stupidity. Or Urion in the brain. Either way... not feeling too bad about this. Let it be. It is how it is. No, if not this same, that could have been another 2000, but it is how it is. Anyways, let's see the score, shall we? Okay, folks, and we are back after very first game. Unfortunately, we are coming back with a defeat. That is unfortunate. I misaimed that shot completely. Nevertheless, 3.2 thousand damage, 300 assisting damage. Unfortunate play by me, or I supposed to say bad play by me, but we finished at the third by the experience and second by the damage, and we got 1000 profits by shooting quite some gold shells. Could be better, but second game, I believe we will roast the enemies. Oh, would you look at this? Step standard battle. We can do very many bad things in the heavy line. And luckily for us, matchmaking is not so mean. We have plenty of the tier 8s to farm. So I am feeling pretty confident with my play here. I hope that Leopard won't be brave and he won't try to cross through the middle of the field, or I'm supposed to say to the heavy flank. And other than that, I think we are feeling quite alright. Now, I have choices. How do I want to play the game? I could play the game being completely hold down. I could do that. Or alternatively, I could cross through the heavy line a bit deeper. Also, definitely a possibility. Definitely, we could slap the living crap out of the enemies this way. Now the question is, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? I could take this position and pre-aim for the gentleman that will be crossing soon, because there is always one mother trucker who is thinking that he's immortal and he can cross through the middle of the field. There is always one mother trucker, fellas. Here you go. We caught the peacekeeper. Like I said, always one mother trucker who thinks that he is immortal. And it is not a bad play by him by any shape or any form. That was a correct cross, right? Considering that he managed to do that without bigger problems whatsoever. Meanwhile, we can see his cupola right there. I know that I can hit those because this tank is very, very accurate. It's not like I would be playing with a Type 5 Heavy or whatever else and hoping to hit the shots. No, 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 no. Situation is very, very different. We can actually make sure that we are slapping them. We definitely can do that. Just a little bit of patience and aiming properly, and we are going to be okay. I think there is a Katita here inside of the mouse, so it is not really aiming properly, but that is okay. Come on, Super Conqueror, or I supposed to say not so Super Conqueror. Stop being such a mean ass. Thank you. That was a pixel shot which we hit well, and which and we definitely slapped the enemies for their stupidity. That's very, very good. We can do this more often. Okay, Leo is annoying at this point in time. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. Hear me out. I'm going to relocate from here to hold down position. We are going to take this position right there because we know Maushan is going to get involved, and we know that Emil will get involved, and we know that we can just simply roast them like there is no tomorrow. I believe so. And I think we should be okay. Good, the guy was pre-aimed here, we don't really care. How are you doing, Emil? Just simply trying to snapshot him. Too bad that we missed the shot, doesn't really matter. We are okay. Now, how much I am afraid of this Maushan. Maushan is loading gold, and he has a decent gun handling. Not ideal type of situation, but once again, we should be okay. Come on. Conqueror, I repeat what I said before. Conqueror has a very, very good gun. Now we are being quite unlucky in this type of situation, but once again, we will fix it. I have no doubts whatsoever that we are going to be fixing this situation without bigger issues whatsoever. Truly. Oh man, you really hate me, don't you? That is straight up mean, you mother trucker. Straight up mean. Thank you. You can hit those shots, Conqueror. You definitely can. Everything sub 5,000 in this game is unacceptable, considering what kind of farm do we have here in front, or I think what kind of potential we have over there, okay? The potential is definitely there, and we could punish them pretty well. I do not know what to say. RNG is not on our side. Sometimes it happens when you are missing with the most accurate tanks, and it's not even a tank fault. It is straight up RNG saying no, and I think this is that type of situation. Call me Mr. Skillato with a tinfoil hat, but I definitely believe that it is just a simply poor RNG in this type of situation, because I truly know and I truly believe that this gun is significantly better than this. For example, Maushan is literally a meatball for us. We are not too upset. We are able to slap the living crap out of him like there is no tomorrow, honestly. All we need, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, all we need is to... Oh man. I noticed one thing. Whenever I talk very well about the tank is just simply starting to misbehave and the tank is an ass. So let's use the different strategy. Horrible tank. Disgusting tank. Can't hit absolutely anything, right? Absolute disgrace for the British tech tree. Even the bloody reverse psychology doesn't work today. Or I supposed to say in this game. But I truly believe that it is like a fluke, you know? I truly believe that this is not the usual situation with this tank, because I remember this tank completely differently. And it's not only what do I remember, it's about how the tank feels like nowadays. And it definitely feels significantly better than it shows for this game. I truly mean it, right? And once again, we needed to sweat our butt off in order to have this type of result here, which is quite sad. And I know that the tank is capable of doing significantly more sexy beasts. I truly know that. So yeah, sub 5,000, what can you do? I feel like I've been treated badly. Or do you, fellas, do you sometimes feel like you are playing with the most accurate tank in the game? It's like Esterva, whatever, Conqueror, you are having a good shots, but the game is saying, nope, you are not going to hit that. I think that was the situation in this game. And I don't really think it is a copium from my side, with all honesty. And as a matter of fact, we can check out the things quite easily. If you are having the mod, you can see how good did you aimed, or how much of the chance did you have to hit it. And I could actually show that to you. So maybe this will be something in your interest, and maybe you would be interested in getting that yourself. And you can find it in the index page as per usual, right? So let me open it for a give me a second. I will open it. Hip hip hooray, we have steps and we will see how did we aim it. Meanwhile, 3.4 thousand damage, 200 assisting damage, definitely far away from being ideal. I mean, we are top by the damage, top by experience, but it felt kind of bad. And we got minus 22,000 credits. Now, what I was telling you before, you can see exactly how the things are looking like here, right? We can see exactly how did we aimed. And as you can see, aim at point, easy peasy, we supposed to penetrate him, but we hit the gun. Unfortunate. Motion. I aimed badly, you can see that is my fault. Motion. I aimed very, very well. Unfortunately, we hit literally the pixel where we can not penetrate him. I aimed very, very well over there. Once again, we hit the point where we couldn't penetrate him. I aimed badly, and I did not manage to penetrate it. I aimed well, but the game said no. So yeah, you can see exactly how you are aiming and how you are doing the stuff and how are you hitting the enemies. This is a very good tool. It is great to learn how what kind of mistakes you are making, how enemies are penetrating you and whatnot. Use it and abuse it. Anyways, let's go for one more, shall we? Oh wow, would you look at this? We are top tiers. I mean, top tiers, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not used for this. I must admit, I am not used for this. Now my hands are shaking and I'm thinking, what have I done to deserve this type of beauty? Would you look at that? Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to play in the middle. For obvious reasons, hopefully the middle is going to be the proper play for us. And hopefully we can punish the light tank that is going on top of the hill. That's what I'm hoping for, or maybe Kunze Panzer. Unfortunately, we failed. We did not manage to tax any of the enemies that are going on top of the hill. And now they are going to be annoying beyond belief. So we need to figure out how we're supposed to play this game without having a hill. This is quite annoying, if you would ask me. Anyways. E75s, I think we do not really have any other choice but to load APCRs. whenever I see E75, I always hope that I would, well, I always dream that I would have the hits because it's significantly easier to deal with E75 with the hits, but it is how it is. Not much what we can change about that. Relax, take it easy, we should be okay. Now, all we want to see E75 being greedy. That's all we need for a full happiness. You can see E75 peeking and going on top of the hill for obvious reasons. Beautiful, another punishing shot for another E75. That is okay. We are not panicking, we are feeling quite alright, and all we need to do for a full happiness is to start slapping the folks that are sitting. I would love to slap folks who are sitting in the back. I don't think it is the greatest idea. I have a feeling that we have a lemming train that goes like this, and if our lemming train is going to do that, we are going to be in loads of shit, fellas. We are going to be in loads of shit. Okay, what alternative options do we have? We could potentially spot the spotter. Good. Very nice. I hope that our team would start slapping the living crap out of them. A bit of assisting damage would be very much appreciated for obvious reasons. As you can see, they escaped. Too bad that our assisting damage is non-existent for the time being, but we are okay. We are fine. We can't complain about this. We will be okay. Now, we need to be smart. We need to be smart, fellas. What would be the best play for us in this type of situation? I don't think that going on top of the hill is the right play, considering that enemies has a very, very, very safe defense parameter on top of the hill. So if it happened to be that I will take the hill, they will just simply rush on us and it's going to be game over. So unfortunately I cannot afford it. Plus on top of that, if it is not enough, this E75 won't allow for us to go on top of the hill without getting spotted either. So we need to keep this in mind. We will try to punish him just like so. Unfortunately, we could not penetrate him, but that is understandable since we are trying to beat the E75. Oh man, what a bad situation and what a horrible team we have. And you know, it is all the time the same story. I am showing the tank by the good light, or I truly believe that the tank is fine. The game is just saying not today. Not today, my man, not today. Fair play. Not much what I can change about this. Let's try to grab our nuts and let's try to make it work. That's only one way how we could do the things, at least in my opinion, right? We can see the Scorpion making pressure over there. We can see that E75 is considering about making pressure here. It is far away from being ideal. I will take my time to destroy this this house here. And the next gentleman that we should be able to hit should be the Scorpion. Now the question is, can I outspot him or I can't outspot him? That's, you know, different question, different story. But soon we will figure this out. Definitely we can outspot him, that's okay. Too bad that he managed to penetrate us, which is once again not great. But that's what we have. A bit of assisting damage by this beautiful Yoch tank. I was about to call it the deal. I stopped myself, okay? I stopped myself. Just between me and you. Meanwhile. Beautiful, another shot. We are going to be okay. We can see that E75 is going to be paranoid. We like paranoia, we truly do. We are slapping this 53 TP for obvious reasons. Now another E75 is probably definitely paranoid as well. And he's looking towards us, so this is not the smartest way for us to do the things, but we are holding. We are holding this as much as we physically and possibly can. Scorpion is considering about being aggressive. All I would love to see... I would love to see this Shrek trying to support us a little bit better, but once again, little bit better is not so simple. I assume, and we are dead. The thing is, I don't even feel bad about this. I truly don't. I truly don't feel bad about this, but sometimes it's not meant to be, and sometimes you just don't have a team. I would love to say we would have tiny touch more folks on the island. I would love to say we had tiny touch more folks in the middle, but it happened to be that we had a lemming train in the heavy line. We just simply got farmed by everyone who went on top of the hill. And whenever you are one fighting for a hill, especially when an enemy has hill already, you just simply cannot win. Nevertheless, even with this disappointing session, I am feeling quite alright, and maybe I am the one who is playing badly at this point in time. Maybe I'm stressed about the moving, or maybe not, who knows. Either way, that's what we crafted, and this is how our session was looking like. I believe if I would replay the games, I believe I would have significantly better performance, but it is how it is. 2.5 thousand damage, 1.2 thousand assisting damage. Very, very, very rough game, very rough experience overall, but that's what we have. Minus 25,000 profits. Now, our performance was 33% win ratio, 3000 damage, 600 assisting damage. A bit to the lower side for my liking where the Super Conqueror goes, or where the Conqueror goes, but once again, it's okay. This is how World of Tanks is looking like once in a while. Anyways, love you all. Thank you very much for being with us, and see you very, very, very soon on the streams or in the other YouTube video. Love you all. Thank you very much for your support, and see you very, very soon. I'm out for today. Peace.